Good morning, I'm Rebecca Sheeran with the news, travel and weather for the East and West Midlands. A bid to secure £15 million of funding to revamp Nottingham Castle has been rejected. The £26 million project, backed by the council, hoped to transform the site and make more of the links to Robin Hood. The Heritage Lottery Fund says tough competition from other projects meant they had to turn down the application. Those behind the scheme believe there is still a strong future. Pawnbrokers and payday loan companies may be stopped from joining Derby City Council's Buy with Confidence scheme. Following a news story on East Midlands Today, a senior councillor admitted that vulnerable people could be at risk of going into debt from the council's endorsement of a branch of cash converters in the city. Now, future applications from businesses could be vetted through a community interest test. A pilot project that aims to keep elderly people out of hospital has helped 1,500 patients and is now being rolled out across Leicester. Kay was in hospital for 2 weeks after a serious fall. A healthcare worker assessed the best way of supporting her so she could live at home. For patients, this can range from installing handrails to carrying a personal alarm.
I mean, it frees the hospitals up, because you don't need a hospital with this team. You don't need one. They help you to walk, they encourage you to eat, and I think if they had more of this elsewhere, people would get on a lot better than they are doing.
The Princess Royal will be unveiling a memorial to Nottinghamshire firefighters who lost their lives on duty. Princess Anne is at the patron of a fund which commemorate both firefighters and civil defence personnel who've died on duty. She'll also visit a Stilton dairy at Colston Bassett as it celebrates its centenary year. And Leicester City play the first leg of their playoff semi-final this evening. The Foxes go up against Watford at the King Power Stadium, with the second leg to be played on Sunday. Tickets went on sale yesterday. On to travel, no major travel problems to tell you about at the moment. Don't forget your local BBC radio station has regular travel updates throughout the morning to keep you moving. And now a look at the weather. Here's Mel.
Good morning. Well, the main feature of the weather today is going to be the wind, and we have got a yellow warning in place across Leicestershire and Rutland because there's a potential for it to cause some travel disruption. We're expecting gusts of up to 55 miles an hour. Now, it's this area of low pressure that's sitting out to the west of us that's to blame. You can see those isobars tightening. But for many of us, it's a dry, bright start. It won't be long before we start to see these showers creep in and the wind will strengthen, so they will be quite blustery ahead of this band of rain which will work its way in from the west. Now, it will be quite persistent rain, but generally quite light, but those temperatures suffering today, highs of just 13 degrees. The rain will slowly start to ease as we head on through into tonight and clear away, leaving most of us with a dry night. The wind will remain quite brisk, and we're looking at overnight lows of around 8 degrees.
And that's all for now here in the East and the West Midlands. I'll be back in around half an hour's time. Now back to Salford.
Hello, good morning. This is Breakfast with Charlie State and Louise Minchin.
The owner of a house where 3 women were held captive for a decade has been charged with kidnap and rape.
Ariel Castro will appear in court in Ohio today. Prosecutors say there's no evidence his 2 brothers were involved. A police recording has been released of the moment the women were rescued.